Down, 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 down. Clearly, I am heavily influenced by Phantom of the fucking Opera tonight with my choice of improv musical hummings. And I think I finally upgraded I think I fixed the problems I was having with my Wi-Fi. So I should finally be able to handle 4 streams, and it's looking good. It is consistent. Yes, we're making progress. It's like, you get experience as a streamer, and you like level up, a little bit, level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm still at like 2.5, but it's getting there. It's getting there. I'm now on 4 different platforms. I just got to figure out TikTok to get the vertical canvas, and then I got to figure out YouTube vertical. But I'm getting there. Just the fact that I can do 4 now is fucking awesome. And look at these stats. Oh, my God. Everything is in the green. It is money looking. Holy shit. Yes, this makes me happy. Okay, so now that I'm happy, I have to make myself fucking sad because I'm bipolar, and that's the way I work it. Let's get started with this fucking nightmare, shall we? Oops, started on the wrong thing. So, the No Kings protest was recent. Let me see how this looks on Instagram. It was recent, and a lot of people went. It was one of the biggest turnouts. I believe it's actually the biggest turnout in history now. And the LAPedoD does what the LAPedoD does best, and is basically the only thing that they know how to do. They know how to beat protesters more than they know how to solve crimes, because they have like a, 10% closing rate on cases, something like that. And this is what our taxpayer dollars go to. Oops, no sound.
What did he do?
Get back.
What did he do?
So you can see he's already down.
Whoa! Stop it again! Stop it again, you piece of shit!
Get back!
I knew you were a pussy! I knew you were a
His face is in full display.
I knew you were
Good.
a fucking bitch! What are we doing?
Back up!
What are we doing?
Oh, you need to back up!
What are we doing? You guys have not declared anything!
More pigs rushing to the front.
You have got to be kidding!
You good? You good?
Yeah. No, you're good, thank you.
Get back! Everybody back!
So, for the record, I was here for this. I witnessed it personally. And this kid, everybody, this is how it works every single time. I can't tell you how many of these fucking protests that I've gone to where everyone is just standing around exercising their First Amendment rights to chant, to shout, because that's what we're allowed to fucking do, because this is America, you fucking fascist pigs. We're allowed to speak, and we're allowed to shout, because that is our fucking right. And that's what these people were doing, on a line, respecting the police barricade here, not trying to push into their line. And then out of fucking nowhere, they just bull rush and snatch people off the line. They do this. I think this is one of about 3 or 4 that they got at that point. And this happens every single time. You see, you can see the fucking bootlickers, the fucking smooth-brained dipshits like this guy, says, don't break the law. They fucking weren't. They were standing around, speaking, which is our fucking right. These fascists, there is no coexisting with these fascists. There's not. These people want to take away our rights. That's what they want to do. They're taking away our rights to speak. They're taking our rights to protest. And right now, in front of the Supreme Court, they're trying to take away our rights to even be citizens after we've been born here in this fucking country. These people are the enemy. There is no other way to describe it. They have made up their mind in a fascist mindset that they're going to take everything from us, and it's time for liberals to wake the fuck up and stop thinking as if this kind of violence is on your side.
Get back!
What did he do?
So they kidnap him here. Keep in mind, this is a 17-year-old kid that these pedophiles have abducted here.
Get back!
What did he do?
And you can see he's already on the ground, clearly on the ground. This is against their policy. Their own procedures on how to detain a suspect says that this is not appropriate. This is not how you're supposed to handle it. And this might even be how they broke his femur.
Go!
Yeah, see, so that second one hit, it looked like it hit him right on the thigh. And you can see he's got his pig stick there. What's with the mustache porn, brothers? What the hell is this? Are these guys clones? Is this the T-1000 that just like into two people to kidnap and beat a fucking child? Look at this shit. You cannot. This is literally the scene in Terminator 2 where the T-1000 is like yoink on the vending machine, and then there's two of them. This is exactly what it is.
Get back.
So now we got a face of this is the pig that that beat him. It looked like. I don't believe this guy has been ID'd. I think one of the pigs that threw one of the pedophile pigs that kidnapped the child has been ID'd, because of course the pigs aren't going to release that information. Look at all of this.
Get back.
Look at all these people here. How do I mute it? All these people, all this money, this is all our taxpayer dollars going to this. All this taxpayer dollars going to this. Keep in mind, Los Angeles has some 30,000 unemployed homeless people. Or, excuse me, not unemployed. Well, not all of them are unemployed, but they are homeless. Actually, I don't know if it's a majority, but a decent number of the people in Los Angeles that are homeless have jobs. They just can't afford rent. So while all our money is going to this to beat fucking children, do they have is that the frog costume in her hand? I can't tell what that is. I thought it was. While they're beating children in the streets, we don't get health care. But we sure as fuck can beat the shit out of protesters. Can we get health care? Can we get housing? Can we get food? No, but we can beat the fuck out of you for asking. That is the decision of this city, and it's what we have allowed to happen. Karen Bass has allowed this to happen. Hugo Martinez, who was a union member, who knows the history of unions when this shit was done to union protests back in the day, knows this shit is happening, and he still does nothing about it. Look at all this tax. This is not just salary, okay? These are uniforms. This is gear. This is equipment. These are cars. This shit. Look at all these cruisers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, just 5. There's got to be probably damn near triple that parked there, just idling, doing nothing. That is what our taxpayer dollars go to pay for. And yet again, Karen Bass is wanting to cut school budgets, cut libraries, cut health care, and yet the LAPD gets a budget increase. They get a budget increase. Because here's the thing. If this kid sues these cops, and I hope the fuck he does, if he sues them, that money doesn't come from them. That is our taxpayer dollars, yet again, going to fund a lawsuit because the pigs do not respect the taxpayers. And then, when that taxpayer expense fund gets depleted, and the pigs are already at a record number of payouts so far this year, once that gets depleted, the pigs go right back to the city council. Please, please, please give us more money. We promise we won't beat up protesters. No, we promise. We promise not to hurt the people. Every single time. It is a vicious fucking circle. And we have to break it. And we are sure as hell not going to break it by re-electing Karen Bass, who fortunately looks like she's about 3 or 4 in the polls. But, you know, that doesn't mean enough. And this is also, all this funding, this is part of how we ended up losing so much property value and so many people's houses and so many people and animals to the fires last year, because all our money is going to this. They defunded the fire departments and the organizations that are meant to fight those very fires that could crop up if it happens. It all goes to this. And for what? For one fucking teenager on the ground. There was another, I think the other person, you can't see it, but it was over here to the right. Another lady got kidnapped and attacked. And for what? Standing around and protesting. It happens every single time because this is power. This is the exercise of power. This is qualified immunity in action. You know the difference between a street gang and the LAPedoD? Qualified immunity. That's the fucking difference. And everyone likes to say, oh, well, if you ever get in trouble, you'll have to call the cops. They don't show up. Something happens on the subway and, a fight breaks out, whatever, they're gone. And the pigs don't show up for, a fucking hour anyways. Somebody breaks into, there's a whole bunch of break-ins in this area. The cops don't show up. They don't care. They roll around like an hour or two after the fact, see that no one's in the area, shrug their shoulders, and go back to their alley where they can kick up their feet, pound a donut, and then close their eyes and go to sleep. All on our fucking dime. That is what this pays for. The reason that they are exercising this qualified immunity power so much right now is because of things like this. If the estimates are right, there were about 9 million people at No Kings rallies today. That would mean the protest was 30 times as large as the Tea Party protest, which we were told over and over again was a massively important sign that U.S. politics had shifted dramatically to the right. So again, look at this. The first Tea Party rallies in April 2009, heavily promoted in advance by Fox Fake News, only had about 300,000 attendees across 750 cities, but the media treated it like the Second American Revolution. There will be a multitude individual No Kings rallies today that have more people at just one of them. This is correct. They have to crush the people. This is the role of fascism. This is the role of the establishment. And where are the Democrats? Where are the Democrats calling this out? Chuck Schumer? Jimmy Gomez? Hakeem Jeffries? Karen Bass? Where are the Democrats calling out this gross abuse of power and this waste of taxpayer dollars? Because we are the majority, and the only possible way to crush the majority is by chipping away. And that's part of why they do this, because this kid, first of all, he's going to be fucking traumatized. Second of all, he's going to have a whole bunch of court stress and court fees and legal problems that he's going to have to deal with over this bullshit. And that's not even including the other people that they kidnapped. And here's the other thing at this protest. The pigs kettle folks, and then so you're cornered. You can't leave a square block. And then they tell you to leave. You try to go through, and they say, no, you can't leave. You just told us to leave. I don't care. You have to stay here. Then they give dispersal orders saying if you don't leave, you will be charged and arrested. And again, you say, I want to leave. And they say, no, you can't leave. Again, this is intentional. They want to round up as many people as they can to drown you in legal problems, because then you'll be less likely, and sometimes you legally can't even attend protests at that point. That is the whole purpose of this. Aliana the Star Bard, welcome. Thank you for chatting. It's all intentional to crush the people. So again, if you are at these events, do not get kettled. I can only tell you that I think it's dumb. I don't see how getting arrested. Look, this kid that got arrested for no fault of his own. This is the fault of the pigs. This is abuse of power here. And you can see they have just a violence boner. They just have this fetish for fucking punching and kicking in their fucking eyes. These people are pure fucking evil. I can only tell you that I don't think it serves any purpose in getting arrested. It doesn't, because you're jammed up and then you can't attend these protests. It does no fucking good. And again, this is part of why the establishment is afraid. Walking through the ultra-normie No Kings rally in my extremely rural white town, and there are Patagonia-wearing moms carrying signs that say, dead pedophiles don't reoffend, and ICE gets the wall, and I high-fived an old guy with a sign that said, my daddy fought Nazis and so will I. This is wild. This is the sentiment among people. Where is the fucking righteous anger from the Democratic Party at our people being brutalized for being against pedophiles, being against fascism? Our country was literally founded for the purpose of getting rid of an evil fascist monarch. That was the stated goal, literally. And now we have this whole pedophile cabal thrown into the mix. And where is the outrage from the Democrats? Where are the leadership? The only people saying anything remotely close to this right now is Ro Khanna. And that's it. No one else. We're not seeing. And even then, his is much more timid. he is leading the charge and he is carrying the banner, and good for him. We should support that. But even that is tame compared. People are pissed, and the Democrats have absolutely no idea how angry people are. And the more the establishment continues to waffle and just try to whitewash and look the other way on everything, the more pissed off people are going to get, frankly. So this is also important because while this goes to show how dangerous it is more dangerous to be a protester than it is to be a pig. It is more dangerous to be an activist than it is to be one of these LA pedophile pigs. Jewish Defense League member Alexander Heifler planned to immediately flee to Israel following the planned assassination attempt on Nerdine Kiswani, exactly what Alex Odeh's killers did. So we need to go back in time a little bit. So this is posted March 27th. The JDL, which is the Jewish Defense League, bombed the ADC office and assassinated Alex Odeh in Santa Ana in 1985. Similar to the recent assassination plot targeting Nerdine Kiswani, Odeh's killers were never charged and are currently living free in Israel. Solidarity with Nerdine Kiswani. So Nerdine Kiswani is a very prominent activist, Palestinian activist in New York City. She has been subject to horrible abuse and, as you can see, violence and threats. And we need to support the hell out of her if you're in the New York area. FBI attributes fatal Santa Ana bombing to JDL. Decades after a Palestinian-American activist was assassinated in California, 2 suspects in his killing are living openly in Israel. So this was the killing that they're talking about in 1985. Baruch Ben Yosef, who was born in the United States as Andy Green and Keith Israel Fuchs, were named suspects immediately after Alex Odeh's killing in 1985. The NYPD says the man accused of planning to assassinate Palestinian activist Nerdine Kiswani belonged to a branch of the Jewish Defense League, a pro-Israel group designated by the FBI as a terrorist organization. From what I saw in the No Kings protest, the NYPD actually put out a statement saying that they made no arrests during the No Kings protest. You know how big you must have fucked up to make the New York Police Department look like the adults in the room? That's what's happening here with the LAPD right now. They have gone so far down. They have gotten so fucking red-pilled. They are just putting like an entire bottle of red pills up their ass, just enema style, to justify this kind of horse shit that's happening right now. So another thing on this is it's very important to separate, because this is called the Jewish Defense League, which is a terrorist organization. It has the Jewish in the name. It is extremely important that we separate. There is a difference between Zionists and terrorists and the religion of Judaism. They are very fucking different. The people that want the two conflated to be the same thing are Nazis. I kid you not. Nazis exactly want this because it's exactly what the Nazis did in the 30s and 40s. They would take pictures and put out propaganda. I think the magazine was called Der Stürmer, and they would put out pictures and detailed crimes of Jewish folks in the area, and then use that as justification not to stop crime, but to stop Jewish people. It is extremely important we separate that the Jewish Defense League is a terrorist organization. They do not represent all Jews. The same way that Al-Qaeda and ISIS, etc., do not represent Muslims. They do not. They are very different. We should, after 9/11, they went into mosques and stuff and started trying to survey them and surveil them to see if there were terrorists among them, which was a complete waste of taxpayer dollars. It got them absolutely nothing. So we need to be very cautious because there is a high probability that we will see the same thing among, well, I guess not necessarily the same thing because, the Zionists are on the side of Trump by and large, but there is still the fact that, what was it, just yesterday, that what organization was it? There's an organization that wanted, let's see, Trump admin registry of Jews. They asked a campus. Here it is. Penn State. U.S. judge says Trump administration can demand list of Jews at University of Pennsylvania. So this is what I'm talking about. Getting a list of Jews or any minority is never a good sign, ever. So the simple fact is going to come out that we will need to support our Jewish brothers and sisters as much as we need to support our Palestinian brothers and sisters, our Muslim brothers and sisters, our trans brothers and sisters, everyone. We need to come out and defend everyone. Why the there's only one fucking reason I want Alex Jones to ever trend. And somehow I'm guessing it's not the reason why. Okay, so let's read into a couple details. The website for the group says they are inspired by the original Jewish Defense League group, a group linked to numerous bombings and attempted assassinations of Arab American political activists in the 70s and 80s. Heifler planned to flee to Israel following the attack, according to the official, who requested anonymity because they were not authorized to discuss the details of an ongoing investigation. I always get very curious because by leaking this information, it seems they are benefiting. Maybe not, but it seems like it benefits the public and Palestinian organizations to have these details, to know, so that then, again, we can understand how evil Israel's regime currently is. But they're also a cop. This really interests me. An email inquiry sent to the JDL 613 was not returned. Kiswani, who lives in Brooklyn with her infant son and husband, said the plot would not deter her continued activism. Yes, Queen! Good for you. I feel very blessed that they were able to thwart this, but it's something that is a constant possibility for people who speak up on behalf of Palestine. Odeh's murder. 20 years after Odeh's death, the Justice Department continued to chase leads. In 2006, then U.S. Attorney General Alberto Gonzales traveled to Tel Aviv and asked his Israeli counterpart, then Justice Minister Haim Ramon, for his help with the case. The responsible parties are believed to have fled to Israel on mutual legal assistance request. A procedure that allows for the exchange of information in the course of a criminal investigation has been submitted to the GOI, and the lack of response remains an issue of concern for the FBI. Again, this is why it's so an extra reason for why it's so stupid to support Israel, especially for Democrats. Because first of all, Democrats, Netanyahu wanted Trump to win. That is an established fact. He wanted Trump to win. He was very clear about that. And yet they still wanted to back him because they're stupid. And furthermore, Israel doesn't cooperate with us, especially when it comes to stopping terrorism. There's an even bigger reason why it's more dumb to support Israel. I'll get to that in a bit. Screenshots on the right from 2020 Intercept article. Alexander Heifler was planning to firebomb Nordin Kiswani's home, part of JDL 613 Brotherhood. He was going to escape to Israel after. Hate against Palestinians has been bolstered by public officials by Zionist orgs. This is an inevitable result of that. Correct. So this is the activist here. Days after the FBI foiled an alleged assassination plot, Palestinian-American activist Nordin Kiswani says she feels more threatened than ever before, but she's vowed to continue her advocacy because the Palestinian struggle for justice and liberation matters. There does need to be, for activists, we need to find some kind of a better support system, because I've gotten plenty of death threats. I've been doxxed in the past, and there is very little support for that. It's also very frustrating to post about it, and I don't know if it's a combination of censorship from the social media regimes, or people seeing it and just simply not being aware of the problem, or people just not giving a fuck. That could be a very big part of it. And we do need to have I know that my co-host on Voice of Reason has gotten the same problems. Unfortunately, he and I don't live in the same state, but we need to have a better system to support our comrades that get in these situations, because she needs it right now. I mean, this has to really jolt her. I'm glad she's not deterred, but this has to be absolutely fucking terrifying. I can't imagine. Wasn't talking about justice and liberation. Oh, shut up, you dumb. It's always these people. How many does he have? 155 followers. No fucking profile picture. When did he join? June 2023. Wow, what a fucking surprise. So we need to support each other is the message here. And I'm glad that she's still speaking out and not going to stop. So she said this. I wonder what violent Jewish extremist groups... See, I don't like this. Again, this feels like saying violent Islamist extremist group. I don't think this is helpful, personally. I wonder what violent extremist group Alexander Heifler had ties to. He made Molotov cocktails in an attempt to assassinate me, and yet is only charged with firearm possession. No terrorism, no hate crime, no conspiracy. What info did at New York Post have on his ties? Wow, he seriously only got charged with that? Hold on. A New Jersey man's assassination plot to firebomb a prominent Palestinian activist's home with Molotov cocktails was dramatically foiled Thursday after a months-long NYPD Intelligence Bureau probe, officials and sources said. Federal agents raided Alexander Heifler's home in Hoboken on Thursday after he allegedly schemed to attack Nordin Kiswani, the founder of the pro-Palestinian group Within Our Lifetime, and flee to Israel, sources said. Heifler, 26, who had ties to an offshoot of a violent extremist group. See, again, I mean, I guess it's kind of hard to avoid it since it's literally called the Jewish Defense League, which that group, see, these groups probably, the group probably does that because they want to have their little token shield, right? They can say, oh, no, it's anti-Semitic for you to criticize us, so what if we tried to murder someone? It's still anti-Semitic. That's the whole, like, tokenism bullshit that so many people try to do, like how Enrique Tarrio was leader of the Proud Boys and he's actually a Nazi pedophile. So I guess it's kind of hard to not say that, but I'm not a big fan. Had revealed the bomb plot to an undercover officer with the NYPD's and yet is only charged with firearm possession. Chat, is this true? Was he only charged with that? That's fucking insane. It's a hell of a coincidence. On February 24th, I announced a lawsuit against Betar, a violent extremist group. Then on March 4th, a person with reported ties to a Jewish extremist organization, according to the New York Post, is surveilling my home and plotting to assassinate me by firebombing it before fleeing the country. February 24th. Yeah, so that's what, like a week later? Barely? Just over? We've seen this before. Alex O'Day, a Palestinian activist, was assassinated in a firebombing carried out by members of the JDL. By the way, not a fun way to go. Of all the choices, if I had the choice, that would not be the way to do it. So, yeah, that fucking sucks. And, wow. Yeah, that fucking sucks. I'm not even going to try to joke about that. That fucking sucks. The perpetrators fled to Israel and were never held accountable. For months, I've been exposing the connections between groups like JDL, Betar, and the World Zionist Congress. I've been speaking about it publicly and challenging it legally. Oh, excuse me. So the question is simple. Why won't the media and authorities disclose what organizations the person targeting me was connected to, was being protected, and who benefits from that silence? Well, it's the establishment. The media, hell, they're doing it on purpose. Because you have Zionists like fucking Jake Crapper, for starters, who is just a despicable mouthpiece for Israel. And the organizations don't want to cover that because Israel and AIPAC and the Israel lobbies still have serious pull, even though there's finally being a little bit of pushback against them. So if they were to cover this, they would get yelled at by the authorities in the Trump regime, which has the most perversely weird ties to Zionists who are majority Jewish, and the organization is run, or the regime is run by Nazis. But here's, like, it's really not that complicated in the end of it all, because the Zionists believe that Israel is, you know, the homeland, it belongs to Jews, etc., right? That's their belief. Nazis support that because they want all Jews over there. They want the Jews over into Israel, and that's it. That is their whole goal. I mean, it's their stated goal. They don't want them here, and they'll do anything that they can. So if that means giving them a place of their own, that's this tiny little sliver of land, have at thee. And then, you know, I'm sure that once they're all there, they'll declare war on them. That's what the Nazis always do. So, we're talking about stupid reasons to support Israel. Here's another one. An Israeli citizen was arrested in Las Vegas after police found a cache of weapons, lab equipment, more than 1,000 samples of unknown liquids at a home tied to a widening biosecurity investigation. What the fuck is this? The Los Angeles Times reports. Ori Solomon, 55, is accused of illegally possessing firearms and improperly disposing of hazardous waste. Authorities said officers in protective gear removed materials from the home. What in the Resident Evil is fucking going on here? Which were consistent with those found in a separate case in California. Yeah, they found the bloody T virus. That investigation began when a foul smell, a zombie, led officials to a warehouse in Reedley where they discovered a hidden lab containing thousands of biological samples 1,000 lab mice, and evidence of at least 20 infectious agents, including SARS, hepatitis, and dengue. What in the actual fuck? Prosecutors say Chinese national Jia Beizhu ran a scheme from there, importing COVID tests from China and selling them as American-made, and a congressional report flagged over $1.3 million in unexplained payments from Chinese banks tied to the operation. Investigators found Zhu had listed the Las Vegas house as bail collateral, called hundreds of times over the past year, making it a key lead that led police to raid the Sugar Springs Drive property where Ori Solomon was identified as the manager. Yeah, this sucks. Like, every zombies. Why are we hearing more and more zombie stories? Like, we're hearing this story, and then I swear to God, there was something else in the news, like last year, where there was another weapons lab, and then there was some kind of a, not a weapons lab, excuse me, like some kind of a bioengineering lab that had weird shit. Why do we keep hearing about this? I don't like this. I don't like this at all, okay? 1,000 lab mice? Bro, he was clearly planning on doing some freaky-ass shit. SARS, hepatitis, dengue? What the fuck even is dengue? Dengue fever? AI, fuck you, AI. WHO, that's fine. Dengue is a viral infection caused by the dengue virus, which is transmitted to humans through the bite of infected mosquitoes. Can rats do it? About half of the world's population is now at risk of dengue, with an estimated 400 million infections. Dengue is found in tropical, subtropical climates worldwide. Infections are many are asymptomatic, produce only mild. Dengue can occasionally cause more severe cases and even death. Control dengue. Blah, blah. Okay, symptoms. Symptoms: high fever, severe headache, pain behind the eyes, muscle and joint pains, nausea, vomiting, swollen glands, rash. Severe dengue are severe abdominal pain, persistent vomiting, rapid breathing, bleeding gums or nose, fatigue, restlessness, blood and vomit or stool, being very thirsty, pale and cold skin, feeling weak. Every fucking zombie show I have ever watched, or movie or video game, has always, that has been the transformation. Those are the symptoms. Walking Dead, same thing. Those are the symptoms. I mean, I know it's not, obviously. Dengue is, of course, not someone turning into a zombie. But I don't like the coincidences. I don't like it. So, in the meantime, while our taxpayer dollars go to brutalize 17-year-old kids at protests, we are now finding out that more evidence corroborates claims of Trump accuser given by a woman who's accused Donald Trump of sexually abusing her when she was 13. Now, if I want to see if this is the one that I think it is, because if so, this is the one that I was harping on back in 2016 during the election. I was begging the campaign to use the story, and they fucking wouldn't. But if I recall, this is the one by a Jane Doe who filed that she was gang raped by Trump and Epstein at Epstein's party in 2000. Was it 16? Well, 16 was when she filed. I guess I can't remember the date that the incident took place. But let's look here. A new investigation has backed up evidence given by a woman who has accused Donald Trump of sexually abusing her when she was 13. This also might be the girl that bit him on the dick. The woman conducted 4 interviews. Yeah, this is that one. With the FBI in 2019, in which she detailed alleged abuse by Trump. Interviews referencing Trump were initially withheld. Report from South Carolina newspaper, the Post and Courier, released on Sunday, has now corroborated key personal details given by the woman about a third man she claims also sexually assaulted her, named Jimmy Atkins. Those details are not directly related to her accusations against Trump, but suggest that she was truthful about other matters she raised with the FBI. The White House calls I don't give a fuck. The woman claimed Epstein started abusing her and trafficked her to several men when she was aged between 13 and 15. She had met Epstein after he responded to an advertisement for babysitting that her mother, a real estate agent in South Carolina, had given to her clients. Post and Courier report says Atkins moved to Hilton Head, South Carolina in the mid-'80s and took over Harbor Realty and Rentals. That was where he met the teenage girl who would later claim to the FBI during interviews in 2019 that Atkins and Epstein assaulted her. So this is the, I believe this is the one, I'm glad they're not disclosing her identity. This is the one where she claims she bit him on the dick, if I remember right. Sorting her money from her mother. Mother this month. Link. 2003. Well, that sucks. No justice. So, but this is important here. He died at the age of 69, so he was never arrested for any of this. Took up to... Cannot recall the identities. Trump assaulted her. I left the room. Trump unzipped his... Yeah, this is the one where she bit him on the dick. Good, okay. So, but again, our taxpayer dollars are not going to fund this. They're going to fund this. How is this kid a bigger threat than this pedophile? You know? And then there's stuff like this. MAGA is out here. 43 counts of raping the family dog. 23 count possessions of child porn. These are not trans people. This is not a trans person. This is a dog that's innocent. Oh my God. I'm gonna fucking puke. You know, I'm telling you, MAGA has really made me rethink my disapproval of capital punishment. I'm really rethinking it. But this is what taxpayer dollars should be used for. Not this. And the simple fact is, we know that more of this shit happens and is not getting reported. It's also not getting investigated. It's also not getting indictments. Because we have situations like this, where this woman, when she was 13, accused both Trump and Epstein. And when did she say this happened again? She told them in 2019, but didn't this happen after Epstein's first arrest? Ages 13 to 15. Where? 2019. Assault against Epstein. Interviews. Is there dates on these? No. This is in 2025. Right, he died. Post and Courier. 13-15. Doesn't say what fucking year. I don't give a care what Caroline KKK Levitt says. Well, it doesn't say what year, but like this, it doesn't matter whether it was before his indictment or whether it was after his indictment. There is just simply no coverage of it. Hey, Harley. Thanks for joining. Again, our taxpayer dollars go for this, but we ain't catching this. How in the fuck is a 17-year-old kid just shouting at the top of his lungs a bigger threat than the two most notorious pedophiles in the world? This is insane what's happening. And then we have shit like this. January 6th writer, pardoned by Trump, gets prison sentence for possessing enormous child pornography collection. When was this written? This was just a couple days, 2 days ago? One day ago. Man pardoned by President Donald Trump for his actions on January 6th has been sentenced for possessing more than 100,000 child sex abuse images and videos discovered in connection with this Capitol riot case. He had 100,000, okay? January 6th was back on 2021. He's had 5 years. I don't think 100,000 just happens in those 5 years. This has been going on for a while. I'm sorry, he was sentenced to how long? Daniel Tochi was sentenced to 4 years in prison after pleading guilty to possession of child pornography. I'm going to become the Joker. This dude had 100,000 child sex abuse material, and he gets 4 years. You get more time for having a thing of Coke. You get more time for stealing Coca-Cola than this guy. This is a disgusting miscarriage of justice. Wow. Set to go to trial in January 6th case earlier last year, but it was dismissed after Trump granted mass clemency to 15. So again, Trump gave this guy clemency, and he's a pedophile. Unbelievable. Here we have it again. FBI agents used a chainsaw to open Jeffrey Epstein's metal safe in his Manhattan mansion. They found hard drives, diamonds, and files inside, but they left them behind. Didn't seize them for another 5 days. Why the fuck is that? This is what our taxpayer dollars are not being used for. We are not seeing prosecutions of the Epstein pedophiles. We are not seeing a faithful serving of justice for 4 years of a pedophile with 100,000 child sex abuse materials. But a 17-year-old that's saying, fuck the police, bam! 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 What in the fuck are we fucking doing here? And again, under AG Pam Bondi, the DOJ has dropped 23,000 criminal cases, including hundreds of investigations into terrorism, white-collar crime, and drugs, while prosecuting 32,000 new immigration cases in just the first 6 months of Trump's second term. Immigration visa overstays and crossing the border and all this other horse shit are misdemeanors. They are barely even that. They are no different from a fucking parking ticket. And yet, pedopal Bondi, pedopal Pam, is out here dropping 23,000 cases into terrorism. How in the fuck is an abuela selling roses on the street corner a bigger problem than people that want to blow up the fucking Empire State Building? Riddle me that, MAGA. Then we have this. A broker for Pete Hegseth, the U.S. Defense Secretary, attempted to make a big investment in major defense companies in the weeks leading up to the U.S.-Israeli attack on Iran, according to 3 people familiar. Self-fucking dealing. This is insider trading. It's classic insider fucking trading. Yes, I know, Harley. It is disgusting. Harley, you didn't see this other story here. MAGA raped their dog. 43 counts of raping the family dog. There is no coexisting with this. MAGA will look at this and say, meh, that's fine. But a poor mother of 4 getting food stamps and they're like, must defeat, must break. What the fuck are we doing here? And here we are again. Hey, MAGA, this affects you guys. Republicans are considering more health care cuts in order to pay for Trump's war with Iran, which is just to distract from the Epstein files. How much are they looking at? If I remember right, the details are they also cut 300,000. No, I don't want to subscribe because you're mainstream media. Although Axios is not that bad compared to the New York fucking war crimes. But what I read last time was that 300,000 people are going to get cut from Medicare because of this. All for a war to distract from Trump being a pedophile. That's all this is. And now this is so fucking accurate. Economy collapses under a Republican president. America elects a Democratic president who sets the country on the path to recovery. The economic recovery is slow and uneven, so America elects a Republican president. Republicans institute their economic agenda. Economy collapses under a Republican president. You are here. This has, let's see. So this has happened once with Bush. I'm trying to think of my lifetime. This happened once with Bush Sr. I hope that didn't just show my IP. Maybe it did. I don't know. This has happened once with Bush Sr. This has happened again with Bush Jr. And then it happened again with Trump 1. And now it's happening again with Trump 2. 4 fucking recessions. All caused by Republicans. You are here. Will we break the cycle? Democrats are going to have to fucking not be shitty. Harley, go to this guy's page, Mika Irfan. Mika_Irfan. You can get it from there. Looks like this post was from March 29th. So, yeah, you can get it there. This is a good one. You know what? I'm actually going to... Can I save it? Let me see. I thought there was a way to save it. Yeah. I'll save it and I can send it to you. Now, here's the other thing. We have heard so much about how trans people are a problem, and yet Kristi Noem's husband apparently likes to cross-dress and wear massive fake boobs. National security experts warn it could have opened up the ex-cabinet member to blackmail. This is correct, and this is what happens when you elect a bunch of freaks and losers and clowns. And I don't mean this. I don't mean him cross-dressing is what makes him a freak. I mean his whole shtick being anti-trans while he is clearly a cross-dressing transsexual or whatever, at least, at minimum, is disgusting. That is the freak thing here. And yet, we're not hearing about trans people doing this. It's not trans people raping dogs. It's not trans people raping 13-year-old girls, but it is Donald Trump and Republicans over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Now this I like. I like this a lot. An undocumented immigrant may have been the one to leak damning information about Noam's husband. Oh, where's the tea? Let's see. White House reporters claim an unexpected source may have been behind exposing Axios reporter. No, I have to subscribe. I'm broke. Have sympathy on me. Oh, fuck it. But I don't care. The headline is worth it. And look at this guy's face. Jesus Christ. How many weeks were you on a bender for, dude? Bro has fucking, like, lizard eyes. He could literally be the lizard from Spider-Man. What in the hell? And what is this mouth? He has, like, the lizard from Spider-Man eyes and the mouth of Toad from X-Men. Why do these people always look so fucking weird? Now, here's the other thing. Is, like, it's even breaking through on the right. Look at Ann Coulter. Watching Fox fake news assure watching Fox News assure viewers the Iran war is going super well, and Trump is a total stud is like watching the same network assure viewers that Dominion voting systems rigged the 2020 election and Trump was the winner. Fox News is now the fake news, brainwashing boomers to support what we voted against. This is Ann Coulter and Marjorie Taylor Greene saying this. Like, seriously, they have more condemnation for Trump. They are more clear in their criticism. They are more visceral. They are more righteous anger in their righteous anger against Trump than anything the Democrats have said. Could you imagine Chuck fucking Schumer saying, I don't know why, but I always picture Chuck Schumer as a Kennedy. I can't do his voice. So, watching fake news assure viewers the Iran war is going super well, and Trump is a total stud. It's like watching the same network assure viewers that Dominion voting systems rigged the 2020 election, and Trump was the winner. Fox News is now the fake news, brainwashing boomers to support what we voted against. I was just picture the mayor from Simpsons. But, I mean, honestly, can you imagine Chuck Schumer saying anything even remotely, like, crystal clear as this? He just doesn't. The entire establishment doesn't. Hakeem Jeffries doesn't. It's just pathetic to see the people on the right being more mean in their criticism than the people who are supposed to actually be against him. So here we are with the Iran war. How's everything going? Oh, no. On week 5 of the war, Iran is able to launch twice as many missiles daily as it did a week ago. Wait a minute. You're telling me they weren't obliterated? I don't believe you. Oh, you have charts. Okay. IRGC Operation True Promise 4, moving 3-day average launch activity. Missiles, drones, March 29, 20. Okay, so this is all through March. So this is like when it first started, right? Because when did it start? It was sometime around here. Wait a minute, what is this? These are the same dates, but what's the difference in the chart here? I'm stupid. Hold on. These are the same dates, March 2nd to the 29th. But these are different variables. It's the same. No, it's the same variable, missiles and drones. What am I missing here? So it flatlines. And the drones go up. I'm a little confused by the difference of the two charts here, but you know, I am not particularly smart in this area. Maybe it got updated? Well, these have to be showing two separate things. Because the x-axis is dates, the y-axis is numbers, right? Even this, I'm confused. Well, moving on. Either way, the conclusion from people much smarter than me is that they are now launching more missiles. And hey, it's going so well that we now need troops on the ground, as one does when you're winning a war. The Pentagon is preparing for weeks of ground operations in Iran. U.S. officials said, I need my fan. Hold on. Whew, it's hot. Ground operations in Iran. U.S. officials said as thousands of American soldiers and Marines arrive in the Middle East for what could become a dangerous new phase of the war should Donald Trump choose to escalate. Again, this is what our taxpayer dollars go to. Such a mission could expose U.S. personnel to an array of threats, including Iranian drones and missiles, ground fire, and improvised explosive. Look at all this shit. I mean, I don't know if this is probably not really based in Iran, but look at all, this is not the millions, the billions that go into this, and not to housing, and not to healthcare, and not even free food for children in school. Republicans are against free food in school, but they love this. They get their war hard on. It's just fucking disgusting. And yet, this is what we're getting for our money. Look at this. This appears to be verified, because I've seen it from multiple sources now that have verified it. New image reportedly showing the USAF E-3 Sentry destroyed an Iranian attack at Prince Sultan Air Base on Friday. Matches 810005, and E-3C seen deployed to the base in recent weeks. So I did a quick research on this, and it looks like these things are basically like radar to help the F-35 jets fly silent and without using their radar, so they can't be detected. So this being down is bad because there's also a very limited, I believe there's only like 24 or something in the whole U.S. Air Force fleet or whatever. Yeah, U.S. Air Force fleet. So, and the fact that they can hit this from so fucking far. The Sultan base, I believe, isn't that in Saudi Arabia? Yeah, it's in Saudi Arabia. So they're able to hit that. Like, this is, look at, can you just think of how many homeless people this could have fed? Of how many stimulus checks this could have been? So, as I was saying, a stupid reason to support Israel. Channel 12 reports that if the U.S. launches a ground operation in Iran, Israeli troops will not take part in the combat. Oh, wow. Gee, I can't believe it. They literally ran to Big Brother after they did a fucking run by. What was that when kids were playing the knockout game? They just run up to people and just slug them. And they're like, haha, you can't get me. I got my big brother here. This is so fucking pathetic. They can't even fight their own battles. And now, oops. Hold on. Israel has just recently passed a death penalty bill for Palestinians. So any Palestinian that they kidnap and abduct goes through their court system. They have a 99+% conviction rate. Or was it 97? Forgive me, I can't remember. But it's an extremely high conviction rate. Clearly, they're not playing with full set of cards here. I'm going to be your big brother? Yeah, but you're ugly. So, no, you're not. So they want a death penalty for Palestinians. Left is the Israeli MP who drafted the death penalty law for Palestinians, swooning all over the murderer on the right, who burned alive a Palestinian baby and his parents as his comrades sang Ali is on the grill. Again, this is just evil. It's just fucking evil. Murdering a baby. And remember, we heard all that bullshit after October 7th about babies in ovens. Right? We heard all that crap, which was completely fabricated, totally made up, and yet here we have it. A child is actually burned alive, and by the way, funded with our taxpayer dollars. Cool. The Israeli military literally has a unit tasked with making shit up to justify killing journalists. Again, what is the point of funding this? Legitimization Cell, Israeli unit tasked with linking Gaza journalists to Hamas, treating the media as a battlefield. A secretive army intelligence squad secured Gaza for material to bolster Israeli Hasbara, including questionable claims that would justify the killing of Palestinian reporters. We saw this over and over and over, where they tried to say, oh, well, you know, there was a Hamas tunnel, which was always bullshit. Oh, well, that, you know, UN worker, or that reporter talking to those UN folks had a Hamas link, so we had to kill them. It was all complete fucking horseshit. Just in, Israeli police preventing Cardinal... Okay. So, this is obviously a serious story, but can we talk about something really quick here? You tell me what I'm going to want to talk about here. You try to guess. Just in, Israeli police prevented Cardinal Pizzaballa from entering the Church of the Holy Sepulchre today as we went to say Mass. Okay. Is that... Come on. Come on. Come on. There is no fucking way there is actually a cardinal named Pizzaballa. What's next? Do they have a fucking mafia and the leader of it is Pizza the Hut? Where are we going with this? Okay. So I'm going to try to keep a straight face on this, because this is actually a serious issue. Israeli police prevented Cardinal Pizzaballa from entering the Church of the Holy Sepulchre today as he went to say Mass. So, we've heard so much from the right about them wanting to try and, you know, save Christians or whatever in the Middle East. Okay, well, you have Cardinal Pizzaballa not being able to go to Mass. So where's the outrage here? I mean, we've seen it over and over again. There's been multiple Christian deaths in Israel that have been murdered by the IDF or by roving gangs of the terrorist pedophiles that the state supports. And we hear nothing. We hear absolutely nothing from the right wing. Every accusation is a confession. That is correct. Every single time. Again, okay, you're talking about every accusation is a confession. They tried to call Obama the Antichrist. They called Biden the Antichrist. And they literally have a golden fucking statue. Trump wants a golden fucking statue of himself. They called Biden a dictator. They called Obama a dictator. They called Kamala a fascist. And yet, Trump is the one putting his name on everything. He just put his name on the Palm Beach airport. And now he wants to have a 10-meter tall golden statue of himself. Also, what the fuck is this background? That is not... Oh, his presidential library. Okay, I thought this was going to be in the ballroom. I was like, that is not the view from the East Wing. That is not. So, what are the Democrats spending their time on? Oh, that's right. They're going after Hassan fucking Piker. So, let's just recap really quick here. So, an activist, terrorist in New York, which is Hakeem Jeffries' home state, Chuck Schumer's home state, right? The two Democratic leaders. An activist was nearly murdered in an assassination plot, okay? We have massive protests for No Kings. We have a January 6th pedophile arrested. We have more Epstein stuff coming out. We have AG Pam Bondi dropping criminal cases, terrorism, white-collar crimes, and drugs. So how are the Democrats responding to these talking points, which would actually be really good to campaign on? Oh, that's right. They're telling Hassan Piker he's an anti-Semite. It says a lot that the most coordinated online political action we've seen from Democrats since Donald Trump's reelection has been to go after Hassan Piker and his left-leaning media, but not to go after a single policy of Trump's. Really, ask yourself, when have you seen Dems be this coordinated? This is 100% correct. We keep seeing this over and over and over and over and over again. I keep saying it over and over and over and over and over again. But it's fucking true. The Democrats, I swear to God, whenever the Democrats are fighting the right wing, they go into the fetal position and say, please, just take whatever you want. But then anytime a leftist comes out to say, hey, we should have free health care and housing for people, that's when they suddenly turn into Mike motherfucking Tyson. Lisp and everything. Man, I just don't think we just can't be having any people out here that be saying that we need to have free health care. We just can't have that. That's not good. What we need to be sending our money to is to send our money to bombs overseas, and we need to be making sure that we cover the pedophiles that are in the Epstein files. But I don't want to hear another thing about free health care. We don't want that. That's the Democrats in a fucking box. And what does it benefit them? Adopting right-wing policies does not help center-left win votes. Study of European electoral data suggests social democratic parties alienate supporters by moving towards the political center. Now, I will say this with a caveat. This is European electoral data, which is not the same as American electoral data. However, we have seen it pan out. Look at what happened with Kamala. Look at what happened with Hillary. They keep trying to tack to the center. You know, Hillary did it famously with her minimum wage policy. Kamala, of course, did it with her border patrol policy, wanting to tack to the right. And Obama kept tacking to the right on immigration, and it got them fucking nothing. Absolutely nothing but a massive fucking L every single time. And the Democrats are never going to learn when people like Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries are involved, because, frankly, they benefit from it. They're the ones that keep staying in power, keep holding on to the gavel, and, honestly, they keep holding us fucking back. Some top Democrats are quietly debating a fraught question, whether the party's best bet for winning back the presidency in 2028 is to nominate a man, perhaps a straight white Christian man. Former First Lady Michelle Obama fueled such talk recently, saying the U.S. is not ready for a woman. Democratic strategists have put it bluntly, with several saying a version of it has to be a white guy. These are the same fucking strategists that told Kamala to not give an inch on the issue of Israel. These are the same fucking strategists that told her not to go after the rich. These are the same fucking strategists that told her to continuously pander to the right with war criminals like Liz fucking Cheney. And the same people who told her to pander to the right with a border bill, which is what the exact same CBP pedophiles that are now currently kidnapping and raping children in concentration camps, they told the Democrats to support all that. Very smart people. We are so fucked. Doesn't help that I have something in my fucking eye. Now, I have shit on the Democrats a lot. I want to give actual praise for a minute here. So this bill this was passed, I think, earlier last week. Senate voice votes DHS funding minus ICE and CBP. So this is huge. They funded DHS minus ICE and CBP, and they got it to pass the Senate while they were in the minority. This is good. The Democrats need to take heart in this. Look at what you're able to accomplish when you do what the people want. The people want ICE and CBP to be defunded. This is like a damn near 80-20 issue. And it worked. It succeeded. And now the other thing is it went to the House, which is now in recess, and the Democrats are not campaigning on that. Why are we not campaigning on these fucking issues? You need to get in there. Again, you have Trump pedophiles. You have Trump, who is a pedophile. You have terrorists trying to kill Democratic activists. So why are you not making these an issue? Let's go, Democrats. This is good. We need to give praise, and they need to be doing it more. What the fuck do I have in my fucking eye? Acting ICE head Todd Lyons has been hospitalized at least twice. Oh, for stress-related issues. Oh, during the Trump admin, 4 sources told me. They also said that the White House places lots of pressure on him, and that Stephen Miller yells at him on calls. Ah! Oh, no! He gets yelled at on calls. Oh, if only there was a way for him to quit his fucking job. Oh, no. Oh, the stress and the pressure of kidnapping babies is too much. Oh, no. What will you do? What will you do, straight white man? Clearly, there's no other career path for you. You just have to keep kidnapping children. Oh, fuck. Out of here. This is clearly just him wanting to collect, yet again, which Republicans hate saying it is a socialist-funded salary. That's exactly what it is. He's getting money from the government with our taxpayer dollars, and this is just an excuse for him to not go to work. That's all it is. It is nothing more. These people, and the same way we heard Dan Bongino had to do the same thing. These people want to fucking thump their chest, act like they're King fucking Kong, and then when push comes to shove, when they actually have to, work for a living, they can't fucking hack it. Okay. That's the end of this politics portion of it. Let's go, because I always like to end on a happy note. I want to see the Supergirl trailer.
Hey, it's me, Clark. You know, I'm just worried because, well, you know, we miss you. I was just touching base to see when you think you might be coming back.
How's his hair look different? Okay, that might be a little too loud. Oh, shit. This is way out of, hold on, proportion. Way out of proportion. Well, that sucks. There. Okay. I don't know how that happened.
Okay, this does not look like this is gonna end well. For you guys.
What was it like to lose everything in a day?
Krypton didn't die in a day. Gods are not that kind.
Lobo!
Oh, he's such a...
Who are you? What was it like to lose everything in a day?
Krypton didn't die in a day. The gods are not that kind. This is not gonna end well. For you guys.
What's Superman like?
He sees the good in everyone. And I see the truth.
I gotta say, I think it's gonna be another hit. I mean, I remember seeing the trailer for Superman, and I was like, I think this is gonna be the first hit of the year. And I was right. But what's up with his hair? Hold on. Where's it? Is it just me, or does it look frizzier? He looks like he just got shocked with electricity or something. You know, like he was like trying to pull crypto out of the outlets. Wait, but the crypto's here. Oh, this must be a past thing. So this is probably like when he's younger, hasn't quite matured into his hairline, that kind of thing. But there's something about, oh, what's her name? Allie Babcock? What's her name? Hold on. Millie Alcock. Something about her, she really has a kind of charisma or X factor in her moments where, because she was also, wasn't she also in House of the Dragons? House of the Dragon? Yeah, she was. Okay, she was Rhaenyra. Oh, she's Australian. I didn't know that. I think she was Rhaenyra. Yeah, Rhaenyra, young Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen. What was I gonna say? Let me see. Blah 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 blah. Oh yeah, I love how she literally does the meme here.
Okay, this does not look like this is gonna end well. For you guys.
It's that meme of the guy where he's like, "Oh my God, call an ambulance, but not for me." I love that. Good freeze frame of crypto there. And then like something about like this is just, I don't know, something. It's just cool looking. You know, like something. She just has that X factor that's able to do it. I mean, some actors just naturally have it. It's really, really kind of amazing. Oh, my stream is getting blocked on YouTube. Really? Can I not do commentary on a fucking trailer now? Jesus Christ. Oh, well, no one was watching anyways. But yeah, she's just got that X factor, man. I don't know what it is. Like, I'd really be curious to hear, like, what is her preparation, like, what is going on in her mind when she's doing this scene. Because there's something just fucking there's just something fucking iconic about it. And then, of course, we got, what's his name? Who's been wanting to play Lobo for a while.
Oh, he's such a...
Jason Momoa, yeah, he's wanted to do Lobo for a long time. Let's see, where is it? Is there a better? Yeah, here we go. It's a little better.
This is
Like, I don't know, something about it is just iconic. I'd really be curious to hear what her process is. But then, like, for example, Anthony Starr has said that when it comes to him doing the Homelander eyes, right, where he gets all crazy looking, he said that he doesn't do anything. That's just his face. And I find that very entertaining that some people just have it, you know? That's all there is to it. Not me. I have been told that I have Homelander eyes, although I think it's more Erica Kirk eyes because